Well, good morning, afternoon, or evening, folks.
Hey, good morning, folks, and welcome to Hudson Land Works. We are loaded up and headed to a little job that we've got going on this morning. Actually, it's a little clearing job, and probably take us a day and a half. And then we actually have another job lined up with their neighbor next door to do a little excavation work around a new addition to the house that they built. And so anyway, we're going to do that today. And we're going to try something a little different this week. We're going to, we've got a lot of those small jobs for this week and next week lined up. So I'm going to film a little bit on each one of those and create a little compilation video for you for this week. And just kind of show you a little bit of what we'll be doing and a little bit of the diversity of the type of work. You know, everything from excavation to clearing and just let you see a little bit of that. So let us know what you think, and as always, tell us what you'd like to see. I know on that last video, the clearing project, most all of the footage was inside the cab, and just because of the terrain and stuff that we were dealing with. And I'm going to try to get some inside and outside today. I think this job will allow for that. So I hope you enjoy that. But tell us a little bit about what you'd like to see, and we'll try to do that. So y'all enjoy these shots from the jobs over these 2 weeks. And as always, be sure to like and subscribe. It really would help us out. So y'all have a good day, and more to come. Hello folks, it's another day here at Hudson Land Works, and we are headed to do a little excavation work. We finished up the clearing yesterday. I actually went back this morning and with the grapple, and there were some trees that had fallen and stuff, so got them all moved and up in a pile, burn pile. And so we're going to start the excavation work here this afternoon. And so all of the video yesterday was in the cab once again. It was just out in the woods and all. It was hard to do it with the tripod, so I went ahead and did that. But this is going to be some excavation work on the end of a house, and so I should be able to set you up on a tripod and let you watch that. And so we'll try that, and we'll probably get some shots from inside the cab of the excavator as well. We'll do a little bit of both. So anyway, stand by and check it out. Hope you enjoy it.
So I got the first side graded out. I was going to kind of show you that. So this is what we're looking at here. Yeah, pretty good. Not a lot of fall, very little, but there'll be enough to get the water off going this way. Anyway, that's what I've been doing here lately, and so we'll get back to work. We're going to do the other side.
Hey, good morning, folks. Well, it's Monday morning and I'm on the road again. I think that was a song, wasn't it? On the road again. Anyway, normally on Monday mornings, I kind of dedicate that to doing quotes. And I've been getting out and doing a lot of quotes on Mondays, and then sometimes on Friday afternoon, but kind of Monday's been that day. And we've got so many smaller jobs stacked up that I'm headed now to do one quote, and then I've got two other small jobs that we're going to knock out today. So that's kind of the plan, and we are stacked up all week. It's going to be a very busy week. Unfortunately, it looks like there's a little rain coming in Tuesday night and through Wednesday, so that may slow us down a little bit, because some of what we've got to do is some dirt work this week, and just certainly not favorable for that. But we'll see how it goes. But anyway, we're off to a good start. It's a nice sunny day today, and we're going to go get a few things knocked out. All right, folks, it's still Monday morning, and I say Monday morning, it's about noon actually, and did a couple of things this morning. Went and did that quote. Probably at 45 minutes to an hour away from the house, and secured that job on site. It was actually a gravel driveway and parking pad. We'll do that in a couple of weeks. We're about 2 weeks out right now on that type of work. So end of next week, beginning of the following week is when we'll do that one. And then I stopped by and did a little job also, and you'll notice that I don't have any equipment with me back there. Don't even have the trailer with me this morning. This was with the manual excavator, so I got to use the shovel, and it didn't take too long. It was about an hour or so, just a little issue somebody was having, and went and took care of that. It's actually somebody we did a French drain for a couple of months ago, and this was something new actually that had popped up, and just wasn't much to it. But anyway, I took care of that, and now I'm headed back to the house. I'm going to load up the hook up the trailer and load up a tractor and sprayer. Actually going to spray a property this afternoon, herbicide. So anyway, that's what we're up to.
We're out here spraying. I think I told you that I was going to be spraying this afternoon, and had something happen with my little Kubota tractor that I've never had happen before. It's got the regen on it, and normally, you know, it starts flashing, lets you know that it needs to regen, and you just run the RPMs up and you can keep working. This time it threw a code, and I had seen it on here, but it's never happened to me, where I actually had to stop it, park it, set the parking brake, and do the auto regen. So I can't work. It's doing it now. Anyway, you can see there. I got that little 200-gallon sprayer. That thing actually goes a long way. It's got the booms on it. Unfortunately, that's how I broke one of the booms off. So I'm running about half capacity there. Anyway, just another day in the life, and that's the things that you deal with. So just kind of wanted to give you a shot there as I had to stop anyway. So we'll talk to you soon.
Well, sometimes things just don't go as planned. So started this morning, and had two jobs lined up, both of them about half-day jobs, or so I thought, and was loaded up, ready to go. Was gonna knock both of them out, and I didn't even film. I didn't even get the camera out on the first job, because the second one was going to be better footage. So I didn't get the camera out. Got going, rocking along there in the first job, and it took a lot longer than I anticipated. There was a tree that was down that he wanted cut up and hauled off, and I don't remember it being that big when I went to quote it, quite honestly. But anyway, we got it knocked out, and it's done. But instead of being through, you know, noon or 1 o'clock, it's about 3:30 now. So I've got the dump trailer, you can see back there, it's loaded down with that tree, and that's what took so long. I had to take the flatbed, the gooseneck flatbed, back to to the house, drop it off, grab the dump trailer, and then go back and load all of this up and haul it off. So, and Kyle's sick, so he didn't help me today. I was out here all by myself, and but we got it done, got it knocked out. Sometimes that stuff happens, you know. It's you can't plan for everything, and that's just the way it goes. So, you know, the had a little job for this afternoon. It was going to take probably 3 to 4 hours. It was bush hogging. We were going to use a cutter on the skid steer because it was there's a lot of trees. It'd be a whole lot easier to get in and around and all those trees. But there's we don't have enough daylight left to get out and do that. So, you know, one of the things I talked about before was just having open and honest communication with your customers. And so just let those folks know that this job ran a little over and they're next on the list. And if the weather holds out, we'll be there in the morning. Does look like it might rain, so we'll see how that goes.
here bush hogging with this in this wide open spot. Well, off to the right here, it's a big wooded area, about 4 acres. And I had to bush it hog in there first. And then there's probably 1.5 acres, 2 acres out here. So I'm just knocking it all out with this piece of equipment. Cuts pretty good. It's a Skid Pro cutter. Had it for about probably 2 years, and it does a great job. Just keep the blade straight, or the blade blade sharp, right?